Hey everybody, welcome back to Pixel Junkies.
Hello.
We're playing Prey. Just me and Adam this week.
Yeah.
So where were we, Adam? I wasn't paying attention. We were talking about anuses or something, and
Yeah. Well, I forget what
vaginal linings or something such.
we're trying to find Jen.
Oh, is that Jenny from the Darkness?
Yeah.
Seems kind of convenient that they're they're both the same name.
Yeah. It is fairly convenient.
So is this like a copy of The Darkness then, or what?
Well, I think The Darkness came out first, I believe.
Oh. Yeah,
or
well,
this came out
I thought
first,
it was a comic long before it was a game. I don't fucking know. So we gotta look up the history it is now.
Well, I mean, I would just to be polite, but yeah.
Oh. Alright.
Also, I don't like these things at all.
Prey game. So was this anything other than a game?
It might have been a book. I don't know.
Came out in 2017.
Every time I play this game again, I gotta remember how to, like, do this part.
Oh, yeah. That joke's gonna seem weird to people who are living beyond 2017.
What?
Oh, I said it comes out next year, because that's what I saw, because there's another game called Prey coming out next year, that we all know.
Is it by the same company?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Prey came out by Arcane Studios. The guys who made Dishonored. And then... Oh, wait, no, hang on, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong one again.
Is Art Bell doing...
Because Arcane, who's making Dishonored, is making the new Prey. The actual people who made this one is Human Head Studios by 2K.
Only the best studio.
And then I guess the rights to it were sold at some point to Bethesda, who then canceled the sequel or something. But then they're now apparently making another one. Or they're just sticking... I guess they're just justifying their purchase by sticking the name Prey on a game that's unrelated to this at all. But there you go. Oh man, it's Jen. You found Jen.
Yeah.
Not Jenny. Not to be confused.
I've killed a lot of people, Elf. She looks... Like, if you were to stick her in Elder Scrolls, would you bat an eye? Except for the jeans?
Apart from the fairly shitty geometry, yeah, probably not, no. But that general character model and design in Elder Scrolls, no. So like, yeah, you're fairly standard cut and copy one of them anus elves that you murder for something to do. This place is pretty fucked up, Jen. I bet we could have sex here and no one would notice. You should whip out them titties.
You should whip out them titties.
Yeah. Oh man, it's fucking hexadecimal. Oh, never mind. That was hexadecimal there for a second. Megabyte? Or
Oh no! I lost the Aztec chick who was...
Is there a
megabit
megabit in Reboot?
A megabyte.
No, megabit.
No.
Oh.
Not that I'm aware of.
Alright.
Megabit would have been cool.
It should be like the speed of his semen is a megabit. The look I just got from Adam. Oh man, it's Smeagol. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you got hexadecimal. Does she ever take her mask off?
I'm turning... Hang on, I can't even listen to you guys because the game volume's real loud.
Oh.
Turn that way down.
Can't even hear my stupid commentary.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, so what were we saying?
I said, does hexadecimal ever take her mask off?
In one episode, she gets control of the paint, like Microsoft Paint. She starts painting everything. And so Bob ends up taking control of that away from her. And she ends up, and she, like, copies and deletes her mask off of her face. And the mask was the only thing holding her power together.
Oh. So she doesn't have a face behind it?
No, it's just like, it's her body is like a shell that contains her power. Because, Hexadecimal and, I mean, not that anybody really cares, but Hexadecimal and Megabyte, who are the two primary villains of the show, for at least the first two seasons, are brother and sister. And the reason they're brother and sister is because they're both from the same virus. Because the original virus was a virus called Kilobyte, it was going to be deleted by the Guardians in the supercomputer And then right before he was going to be deleted, he upgraded himself to become Gigabyte, who's this like super virus. Like
Went from a kilobyte to a gigabyte.
Yep. And then he was gonna, in order to stop Gigabyte from gaining access to the supercomputer, Bob, I think it was Bob, ends up destroying him, or he tears him in half. I forget what he does, but he does something, and Megabyte or a Gigabyte splits into half, and the two halves become Megabyte, who gets his general look, and Jesus, there's a Velociraptor. Get away from me.
That smells bad.
I'm good. I'm over here. I'm glad I'm over here then. Megabyte gets his look and his personality and cunning and damn it. And Hexadecimal gets all of his power. And then later on in this, that's before the series even begins, in a prequel, or in like a flashback in one of the movies. And then in the show, there's an episode where Hexadecimal gets taken over by a web creature, and in the process of getting taken over by this web creature, God fucking damn it, they're able to purge the web creature from Hexadecimal, but the web creature takes over Megabyte, and in the process of doing that, he ends up forming back together with Hexadecimal and becoming Gigabyte again, and they have to use a tear to split both Megabyte and Hexadecimal apart. So that they don't have to fight Gigabyte anymore because he's too powerful.
So how does she change her masks?
She just like with her face.
Yeah, but if she takes her mask off, she apparently explodes.
No, she's not actually changing her mask. I think she's just changing how it looks. But she hides what she's how when she changes it looks with her hand or by looking away or something like that.
Oh, so she's just like loading a new model.
Yeah, essentially.
I see. So she's like using the force on her face to change the model.
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, alright.
I think we're fighting the boss right now.
Oh. Yeah, it seems like a large boss environment. Seems boss-like. Oh man, it's just a random dude with a gun.
The greatest boss of them all.
Boss fight done. Moving on. There must be games that do that, right?
What?
Where they like set up this big boss fight and you kill it in 2 shots.
Well, I think the Spider-Man 2, the game based on... Oh, Jesus. The game based off the movie was... had that, where it was...
Better than the movie?
Well, it was better than the movie. Although the movie was pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
But you end up going to fight Mysterio, and you find... Like, you have, like, several levels where you're fighting him.
Yeah, he was in
and
the
then
film.
at the end of the last fight, he gets away, and it was a pretty hellacious fight.
Probably
and
because
then,
he wasn't in the film.
What?
Probably because he wasn't in the film, Adam.
No, he wasn't, but they had to stretch the game out, so...
Oh, yeah.
It was actually a really fun game.
Did you know, Adam,
What?
that Sam Riegel did the voice for Peter Parker in that game?
Did he?
Yep. Sam Riegel, of course, of Critical Role fame. Did other games and stuff.
There's a lot of things coming at me.
Sam's a cool guy.
Yeah, I like Sam Riegel.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of good voice work. Anyway, you end up going to stop this random robbery in a bar or in a convenience store, and you find out that it's actually Mysterio. So you're like, oh man, Mysterio, and he's like, Spider-Man, you'll never defeat me. And so you're like, oh shit, and then he goes into like his power up mode, and he gets like 8 bars of health, and you're just like, oh man, this is gonna be impossible. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to take this guy out. Are you crazy? And the Spider-Man hits him once, and he's dead. Which I thought, as a kid, I thought was pretty funny. I'm like, you tricked me. I thought it was gonna be tough, but it wasn't. It was easy.
So why did they do that? Why did they make it easy?
I don't know, just because it was fun. Because you already had a boss fight with him that was already pretty tough.
Oh.
So they showed like a bot because he was tough because he had a lot of health.
I don't know.
Man, some shit is going down here.
Oh, yeah, they said something to smell.
No. So you see so I don't know. I just thought it was funny that like after this boss fight, you're expecting an even worse boss fight, and it ends up being nothing.
Yeah. Did you play the original Game Boy Spider-Man game?
No.
Oh.
Was it awful?
Yeah.
That's good.
You fought I think the first boss in that game was who's the Vulture guy?
You mean the Vulture?
Oh yeah, probably that one then. He was the
Sorry,
first
just having
boss,
a
I think.
drink 'cause
Or
it's
maybe
warm in this room.
I don't know. It's been a really long time since I played it. The first boss might have been Mysterio.
If you're wondering why I'm not doing anything, there's story happening right now. I'm not paying attention
Yeah,
to.
whatever. It's fine. Fuck. Motorboat, Jane's titties, and move on.
Actually, she was taken.
Oh. Well, you know, where's fucking Qui-Gon Jinn when you need him?
Exactly. Who's Qui-Gon Jinn?
Who?
Do you mean the grandfather?
No, I meant fucking Batman's trainer.
Oh,
What's his name?
that was surprisingly
Yeah,
comical.
no, you can breathe out there for sure, yeah. Is that space or is that inside the cavern of some dude's anus?
I think that was
You know what's fucking stupid, Adam?
the interior of the ship. Why? What's stupid?
In episode 5,
Yeah.
Star Wars episode 5,
Yeah.
when they're escaping Hoth
Yeah.
on Han's ship,
Yeah.
and they go into that asteroid field to evade the Empire. They go into this asteroid, whatever.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. To hide.
Yeah.
They hide. The ship starts moving around. They're like, oh man, we gotta go check. Number one, you're on an asteroid with no environment at all. Would going outside, like, fuck you apart on an asteroid?
I probably.
So why would you do it?
I don't know.
It's like, oh, let's just go walk around on this asteroid. I mean, turns out they're inside the belly of this worm thing, so they're probably fine, in all seriousness. But if you didn't know you were in the belly of this worm thing, that probably has some sort of environment and some sort of maybe oxygen, I guess. I don't know how this space worm lives. But I'm assuming there's some sort of gas, you know, some sort of atmospheric pressure inside this worm that's keeping them from exploding.
Probably.
But if you didn't know you were in a worm, why would you just walk out of your ship? Like, oh man, sticky out here for some reason.
To be fair, this is also the same series that has just like TIE fighters make a lot of noise in space.
Yeah, but they just added that because it's cool.
I guess it was just an oversight because it would have been cool if they had like enviro suits in there, like just like little like space, like I don't know, something from Jesus. I'm getting reamed apart here.
Well, let's create a new canon, Adam.
God fucking damn it!
Because they don't go very far from the Falcon, do they?
No.
So I'm going to create a new headcanon right now that there's some sort of device on the Falcon that creates like a mini environment around the ship that they turned on.
Sure.
So that keeps them from like exploding because of pressure. I don't know how it works, magic.
It's the Force.
Yeah.
That was one of the best lines in the new movie, which I honestly thought the new movie was a little bit too like modern day Joss Whedon quirky. I think that was probably my biggest thing against it, is a little bit too quirky. Because it was funny, but at the same time, I don't know if that kind of humor lends itself to Star Wars.
Episode 7, worst movie of all time.
I'm not saying that. I liked it a lot.
Press both at the same time and see what happens. Unlock the 3rd floor.
Anyway, I like the part
What do you mean
where
it's too
he's like,
quirky?
"Why
What are you
can't we
talking
just can't we use the Force or something?" It's like that's not how the Force works. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Harrison
"Oh."
Ford was great in that. That was the best part of that movie, I think. Well, it was up there.
I like how he smiled
That's not
as he
how
was
the
killed.
Force
Like,
works. Oh, you're cold? That was great.
yeah.
You like how what?
I like how he was smiling when his character when Han Solo was thrown off the spoilers was killed horribly.
He was
And
smiling.
And he was just like, "Oh, I don't have to be in this stupid movie anymore." Yay.
Or whatever the music they play there. And so on.
Man,
I saw that movie so many times.
how many times have you seen it?
In all seriousness, I've probably seen it 12 times.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually impressive.
Yeah, I watched it a lot. I actually, sometimes, I watch it in VR as well. I actually threw it on one time. When I first got VR, I threw it on because I wanted to see what watching a movie was like. I'll just watch a few minutes of The Force Awakens and see what it's like. Watch the whole movie. And then when they came out with this, which I meant to talk about on podcasts ago, but there's this program that allows you to basically extend a screen from your computer into a video game,
Okay.
which I've since used. It's a little buggy. It works semi-well for what it is, and for how it works. But through The Force Awakens on just to test the video as a test video, watch the movie again. So I've there's been a number of occasions where I just wanted to test viewing something, and The Force Awakens happened to be I don't know. I guess it's a good test footage or something, and I end up just watching the movie over and over again. So I've seen it a bunch since it came out. I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Is it your favorite?
I don't think it's my favorite. I still think it's my second favorite. I still think Episode 5 is the best.
Yeah, Episode
That's,
5 is my favorite
second
movie,
favorite.
so I don't think anything's ever going to beat Episode 5. But
Yeah.
I did like Episode 7. I didn't like it at first. I don't know why. Had a negative reaction to when I first saw the film. I don't know. I don't really know
Adam
why.
ran out of the theater as fast as possible. And then when we asked you what's wrong, you said, I don't want to talk about it. Hey, look, there's a bunch of vaginas in this room. Okay. Look at that. They look like those long johns. Remember those?
What?
It was like a hot dog bun with cream in it, and then it had like a line of...
A hot dog, but with cream.
It was like it wasn't a hot dog bun. It was like a pastry bun that looked like a hot dog, and it had cream in it. Think like a flaky, and it had like a line of like jelly down the middle. That's what those look like from that's like an aerial view.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Long johns.
No.
This is a long john, man. That's what they're called. You used to buy them all the time at the bakery.
Get out of my head.
I don't know why I'm looking for long johns on IMDb. Long johns, pastry. I guess.
Jesus.
That's what they called them up there. I don't know what they're really called.
It's an asshole.
A Long John donut. I guess it was kind of an eclair, but it wasn't an eclair. Because
You wanna die?
They weren't chocolate. There was no chocolate involved.
Do you want to die? Seriously?
I guess it was an eclair.
Oh,
without
he's still
chocolate.
alive. Oh, that's not good.
Maybe they gypped us out of chocolate. Adam. That's what happened.
Boink. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm super excited for Rogue One, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
I don't think I
will
could be more excited for a Star Wars movie.
I don't think I actually supposed to go into these. I think I'm just supposed to fight these aliens.
Crawl into the vagina. I know she's tight, but that's how it's supposed to be.
Ow.
Ah, booyah. Yeah. You know what's funny?
What?
That episode 8 finished shooting before Rogue One did.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Is episode 8 finished?
Yeah, they wrapped episode 8 a couple weeks ago.
Well,
I assume anyway, because Daisy Ridley posted a photo of like her last day on set holding a lightsaber, and it said like #Ray out. That's a wrap or whatever. It's like, all right, episode 8 is done. Now Rogue One's still going into reshoots for the next month. It's like, all right, this movie comes out in December, and the fucking 2018 movie's already done. I mean, the episode 8 will probably have reshoots as well, honestly. But.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like these reshoots were all, they were planned,
Yeah.
right? I think we discovered. Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to do here?
I like Gareth Edwards. He's a cool guy.
I'm looking forward to this
Is
movie.
it Gareth Edwards or is it Ryan Johnson? Ryan Johnson's doing episode 8, I
Fucking
think.
asshole.
Rogue One director. I think it's Gareth Edwards. He did Godzilla.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, it is.
How many of these
he's a cool guy.
assholes are there?
He was like, "What do you have to say about the reshoots things?" He's like, I always used to like believe the media when I was on the outside, you know, looking in at how movies are produced. But being the guy in charge of this film, he's just like, all of the media is blowing everything out of proportion. The movie's fine. So,
Okay, good. End the checkpoint.
Yeah.
Can I progress now? I can.
Do you think?
I'm super excited for Rogue One.
You think people are gonna complain that there's like too many female leads now? Like, oh, all the women are getting Star Wars movies.
Yeah, but fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck that kind of talk. I will say this.
And that's not me personally. I think Daisy Ridley is one of the nicest, genuine humans, not only in show business but on Earth. Cause like if you follow her social media at all, she's very open. And
Is she?
Felicity Jones, yeah, she's very connected to her audience. She knows where she came from. And Felicity Jones, great actress.
What else has she been in?
She did. She was in a movie. Fucking what was it called? True Story, I think it was, with Jonah Hill. Shitty movie, but Felicity Jones' character is actually really good. She did Theory of Everything with Eddie Redmayne.
Oh yeah.
She was his wife in that. She's done a bunch of stuff. She's a good actress. I think she was nominated for a Oscar. I don't know if she got it or not. I think somebody else won it that year.
Is this the way I'm going, or yeah, no, I gotta go.
But good cast. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm looking forward so much to the Han Solo one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if they
I don't know
do
if
that
I don't know if doing like movies about about characters who are already featured pretty predominantly in the movies is a good idea. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just kind of the only thing I'm really interested in that film that they've mentioned is you're gonna see how Han meets Chewie.
Like I feel, yeah, that'd be cool. I hope they keep it similar to the original canon, where that's the reason Han quit the Empire is because he you know he didn't like what the Empire was doing to the Wookiees. Like I feel like that's really strong motivation for Han, where yeah, he looks out for himself. But in the, like, you know, when the chips are down, you can rely on Han, you know what I mean? He's a good guy at the end of things.
Yeah. What do you think of the guy they cast as him? Eldon Aldrich or whatever.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
Do you think he looks enough like Han, though?
Yeah, I guess. It doesn't really matter as long as he acts like him. Plus, like, makeup can do a lot, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Just, like, some makeup can be shitty as well. But, here you go. Well, that's our wish list for Star Wars movies.
I'd like to see a Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
Because he's a cool character. And it'd be
Yeah.
cool to see stuff like that. I'd like to see, like, a...
They have literally infinite possibilities for these movies. The one thing I'm not too sure about is Kathleen Kennedy said they're not doing an opening crawl for Rogue One.
I feel like that kind of makes sense, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, like everything else that's been Star Wars had an opening crawl.
Yeah,
like,
that's true. All the games and
it
all
seems
of
like
the,
it's a
and even
standard
the TV
thing.
shows. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll wait. I'll hold judgment until I see it and see how they handle it.
Apparently, George Lucas actually left the Screenwriters Guild or the Directors Guild because because he didn't want to. They wanted him to do a traditional opening and he wanted to do the crawl, so he left and he had to pay a big fee in order to do it. And then
Because Jesus, that painted the whole thing. Is it because of Rogue One?
No, because of the first Star Wars.
Oh. And they wouldn't do it.
Well, they wouldn't let him do it, so that he had to
Why
leave,
not?
but he had to pay a big fee to leave. I don't know, because it wasn't like traditional cinema, I guess.
Oh. Alright.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess. And it like, as much as I love the opening crawl, we're going over time. As much as I love the opening crawl, it does kind of limit your film when you always have to open with an establishing shot in space.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you just want to like jump right into the action on a planet? You can't just be like, zoom out of the stars, show a planet, then cut to person on planet. It's like you can't just. It kind of, in some ways, limits the way you can open your movie. So, I don't know. I'll wait and see how Rogue One is.
Yeah.
Not long
To
now.
be fair, it is Star Wars, though. That's a Star Wars thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess you're not going to just like. I mean, I guess kind of Episode 7 kind of jumped into the action as well. And that was.
and they all jumped into the action. Yeah. Episode 3 really jumped into the action. He starts
But
out
I
in the
feel like there's only
war.
so many ways you can shoot an opening in that way without doing the same thing again, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, it's space. You can either have a planet or a spaceship go in front of the screen first. That's it. Or like, I don't know, maybe a black hole, but we haven't seen any of that kind of stuff in Star Wars yet.
Guessing I'm not supposed to touch this.
Probably not. No, yeah, you lost all your health there. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye.
We talk about other things. See you next week, people.